Something I want to tell you guys is you might think watering keeps your plants alive, but guess what? It might be the very thing that's killing them. And that's why it's so important to understand how much water you need to actually put in your plants. I've noticed a little bit of mold on this one, in the soil, on this one. So we're gonna be doing an unboxing with all of the pots, and then we're gonna replant, and I'll show the whole process of how I plant my plants into other pots. So the technology with this self-watering pot is basically a piece of string that is strung through one of these, and then water is filled over here. This goes on top, and that's basically pretty much it. The plant goes in here with the soil, and so the string, basically it's gonna be strung through here. The string is touching the water, and it goes up here into the soil, and it makes the soil moist so the plant roots can feed off of that. Let's go to the next one. This pot is a little bit different. As you can see, I got some of these, which I have never gotten before. We'll look into this. A sponge. This sponge is a safe sponge to clean this surface, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Basically, how this self-watering pot works is we have a bigger pot, we fill this with water, we place this on top, we put the soil and the plant in here, and this area right here, you may not see it, but it's a porous area that lets water through the pot. So that's how the plant is able to feed off of the moist soil. I love the design of this pot. It's super cute. You can see the water levels on the outside of it. You don't have to lift it to see how much water is in there. First things first, we are going to put our gloves on because, as you all know, I'm pretty bad with putting my gloves on when I need to. So we're going to put our gloves on, so whenever we're touching this soil, some of it has mold on it, so I don't want to have to really touch it with my hands. And also, it's going to get kind of messy, so we want to keep our hands clean and away from things that could potentially harm us. Something I want to tell you guys is you might think watering keeps your plants alive, but guess what? It might be the very thing that's killing them. And that's why it's so important to understand how much water you need to actually put in your plants. Sometimes it could be too much water, sometimes it could be too little water, and your plant's just drying up. So it really depends on the situation and what the plant needs. Improper watering of your plant is a silent killer to your plant, so you want to make sure you water it correctly. It's also not just about how much water your plants get, but the technique and the timing. So usually what I do is I like to use desert dry technique with my plants. So these plants are all typically just once a week watering type of plants. What I do is touch the soil, make sure the soil is desert dry. If it's desert dry, it needs water. If it's really moist, it does not need water. Even if it's somewhat moist, it still doesn't need water. So just use that technique if you don't have self-watering pots just like these. But if you can go out and get some self-watering pots like these, you won't have to worry about watering your plants at all anymore. And the most important thing is water alone will not save your plants from dying. So just keep in mind to give your plants some food periodically. I would say every 3 to 6 months, I would put these into each plant pot just to keep them happy. And of course, always remember that plants love light unless they're a particular type of plant that don't need light. Most plants will want the light and will want warmth. They're not gonna wanna be in a cold environment. So just keep that in mind depending on where you're placing your plants in your home. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please comment below so I can get back to you. Also, if you haven't clicked the bell button, click that bell button so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I upload every single week, so you don't wanna miss out. Thanks guys again, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.